On this episode of the Left Bench TV, a Maryland football program ranked for the first time in 6 years tries to continue their hot start on the road.
And a rematch of the 2019 Men's Soccer National Championship.
And an interview with a Maryland coach who reached a major milestone this past weekend. The Left Bench TV starts now.
Welcome to the first fall episode of the Left Bench TV, your video home for all things Terrapin sports. I'm Jack Schemmel.
And I'm Sam Payer. Terps football faced heartbreak in the city of brotherly love this weekend as the newly ranked team was defeated in their first road game by Temple. I was there for TLB TV to see the teams get upset by the Owls. It was a frustrating day here in Philadelphia for the number 21 ranked Maryland Terrapins, and after struggles in the red zone and a slow start, they couldn't pull through. For the Left Bench TV, I'm Sam Payer here at Lincoln Financial Field, where the Terps were defeated by Temple 20-17. Hopeful Maryland fans packed the stadium to watch what was supposed to be a Terps 7-point advantage, but ended in a disappointing loss. After a slow first half, leaving Maryland down 7-2, things started to pick up in the third. And with a 4th and 1 snap from the 5-yard line, Anthony McFarland powered into the end zone, giving the Terps their first lead. But just like that, the Owls responded with a 30-yard pass down the sideline that resulted in an 80-yard score. Owls 13, Terps 9. With 2 minutes left in the third from the 20-yard line, Josh Jackson hits Tyler Mabry up the middle for an 8-yard touchdown pass, but a blocked extra point only puts the Terps up 15-13. As the fourth quarter rolled around, the Terps just couldn't hold on to their lead. And after another Temple touchdown and a Maryland safety, they fell to the Owls 20-17.
I told our team, we're building a foundation, and so, you're guaranteed two things in life, and that's opportunities and adversity, and sometimes you don't know which one you're in until you're in it. Obviously, we're facing some adversity now with the loss to a good team, but I think when we watch the tape as a team, we're going to be really disappointed that we didn't play the type of football that we've played the first 2 weeks, and it's my job as the coach to find out why.
The Terps will be looking to get their third victory of 2019 at their next home game against Penn State.
This season marks the start of the Mike Locksley era at Maryland, a program riddled with turmoil over the past year, getting a fresh start. Despite the new beginnings, nobody really knew what to expect from the Terps. Annabelle Janssens takes a look at what Maryland has done so far this season.
Maryland football started their season with an unbelievable home game win against Howard, shutting them down 79-0.
We talked about it as a program that you only get one opportunity to make a great first impression. And our guys, I thought, collectively, offensively, defensively, and special teams, they all contributed to the win.
The Terps went up against ranked opponent Syracuse just the next weekend. Maryland took home the win at a score of 63-20, the unmatched offense led by Josh Jackson, earning 3 touchdowns and throwing 296 yards.
It's a big family, so we all support each other. So whoever's in the game, you'll hear the other 4 running backs on the sideline cheering. So like I said, it's a big family with each other, and it's just fun to see all of them. Just so many backs just do so many different things.
300 each week is going to get better and better. New formations, new play calls for me, not just me. A lot of guys in the running back room, just ways to set up us to get the ball, go in space, up the backfield, catching the ball. So that's basically what I try to do.
Coming off this momentum, the squad was looking to go 3-0 this weekend over Temple. Anthony McFarland rushed 123 yards, and the Terps were able to pick up 17 points, but couldn't get the job done.
I told our team, we're building a foundation, and so, you're guaranteed two things in life, and that's opportunities and adversity, and sometimes you don't know which one you're in until you're in it. Obviously, we're facing some adversity now with the loss to a good team.
Coming up, the Terps have their biggest showdown of the season, a Friday Night Lights game against Penn State on September 27th. Locksley and his crew will prepare for the matchup in practice during their bye week before the big night. For the Left Bench TV, I'm Annabelle Janssens.
The number 4 ranked field hockey team had a successful weekend. picking up wins against Virginia and JMU during the Terrapin Invitational. The number 2 ranked Maryland Terrapins dominated James Madison on Sunday, getting on the board early in the game. In the first half, Maryland scored 2 goals. Madison McGuire deflected in a pass off senior Kelly LePage's stick, earning the Terps their 2nd goal of the day and her 4th of the season so far. Heading into the second half, the Terps were hungry for more and looking to end their electric run in a shutout. Junior co-captain Bodil Kos attempted to sweep it in, but James Madison successfully blocks it. But Kos came back hungry for more. A penalty corner secures her success, and she slams it into the back of the net, earning Maryland a lead by just under 4 minutes later. Riley Donnelly ends the game with her 2nd goal of the day, striking it in, finishing the day on a high note. Maryland takes home their 6th win of the season, beating JMU 4-0. The field hockey team will face 14th ranked Penn State for a Big Ten matchup on Friday at home.
Maryland women's soccer came into last week sitting at 3-2-1. The squad had 2 matches left on their non-conference slate, home Thursday against Temple and home Sunday against Princeton. First, Temple and a little dancing. 37th minute, Emily McNesby dumps it off to Kiera Wynn. She lofts it over the goalkeeper for her first career goal. Terps lead 1-0. 89th minute, still 1-0. Until Marissa DeGenova gets us one past Aaron Seppi. The match would go into double overtime, but end in a 1-1 draw. Sunday, Terps getting ready for Princeton. 5th minute, Alyssa Porch gets through the left foot, back of the net, 1-0 Terps. Second half, Terps up 2-0. McNesby turns, fires, and slots it past the keeper. Maryland wins 3-0. Sunday's win for the Terrapins was extra special for head coach Ray Leone, who notched his 300th career win. Our James Mahoney caught up with Coach Leone about this special achievement and how his team looks so far this season.
All right, so Coach, 300 wins, quite the milestone, 27th active coach in D1 to get there. How do you feel?
Just grateful to coach a lot of fantastic female athletes, and I was really excited and proud to share it with the Maryland girls.
And it's been a long journey for you, starting all the way back in Georgia, Berry College there, if I'm right.
That's right.
So what would you tell yourself now after all you've been through, giving some advice to your rookie self as a coach?
Stay true to yourself always. And I got advice from my mentor then and said, just be who you are. And that's what I've tried to do the whole way.
And have you been getting any texts or calls from people maybe back in the day wishing you well?
Yeah, even back from my first team and the different teams I've heard from, it's been nice.
And so now you're at 4 wins so far in the season, heading into Big Ten play, already matching your total from 2018. You got a lot of players returning from that team as well. So how does your squad look early on in the season?
Well, it was a great finish to play against Princeton, a really top-level team, and we played very well. Now it's a clean slate to see where we end up.
You get Jalen Flippins back as well, so she was playing a bit in the midfield yesterday. How's she looking so far?
She's been chomping at the bit for a while to get out there, but we've just been patient, and she's ready, and we're excited for her.
Awesome. And how's Alyssa Porch been so far for you up top? She's been a little bit of a star so far, right?
Very composed, and had an excellent match the other day on both sides of the ball.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you guys in the studio.
Coach Leone will be looking for win 301 as conference play opens up Friday night against Wisconsin.
Under the bright lights at Ludwig Field, it was a 2018 National Championship rematch Friday night as Maryland men's soccer took on Akron. The reigning national champs once again got the best of Akron Friday night. Early on, Eli Kernali takes a free kick, but the Akron keeper is able to block it. 17 minutes in, forward Eric Matsalevich finds the ball at his feet and beats the goalie near side with an absolute rocket. Matsalevich quite excited. Terps lead 1-0. Still in the first, Maryland goalkeeper Nicholas Newman makes a save to keep the Terps ahead. Then Brian Padilla takes a free kick just outside the box, but Tor Saunders makes a great save in the net. Second half, Akron trying to level things, but Maryland able to fend off Akron pressure, keeping clean a sheet and winning 1-0. And after that big win against the Zips, the Terps stayed home Monday night for another out-of-conference shutdown against Villanova. Maryland looking for their second win in a row. In the first half, the Terps held most of the possession, had a couple of opportunities out shooting Villanova 5-2, but couldn't get anything in the back of the net. Brian Padilla with a chance here, can't get it past the keeper, 0-0 at the half. Second half though, a moment of magic for Maryland. 75th minute, Terps in attack mode. Ben DeRosa gets the ball after the switch of play, On the right foot, a wonderful strike and a goal. Terps take a 1-0 lead.
It's a very satisfying result, getting a shutout and getting the victory after not converting a penalty kick against a hard-working, tough Villanova team.
I think they came out with a very good game plan in the first half. They were playing very direct, something that we really haven't seen all year. Somebody that plays not very much in the back, maybe 1 or 2 passes, and then they cleared it up the field.
And Ben DeRosa, the lone goal scorer in that Terps win, has been named the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week.
The Maryland volleyball team has been on the road for much of their young season, but this weekend they were in College Park hosting the Maryland Invitational. First, Friday night, Terps taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks. Early on, freshman standout Rebecca Rath, one of her 15 kills on the night. Katie Myers, 2 in the third set, keeps the Terps rolling. And Rath in the fourth set with the ace. Terps go on to win in 4 sets. Saturday, Maryland starting out with George Mason. Second set, Katie Myers stuffs the Patriots. Third set, Erica Pritchard. She had 20 kills in the match. Later, Rath with a kill of her own, but that wasn't enough as George Mason wins it off this kill in the 5th set. The Terps would go on to have one more match on Saturday and would beat Princeton in 5 sets. Maryland sits at 6-3 overall and will take the court again next Friday in Columbia against South Carolina.
Sticking with College Park tournaments, the Maryland women's tennis team hosted the Bedford Cup this weekend. The Terps came out strong with a 6-1 win on the singles side and a 4-2 win for the doubles teams. The freshman Joy Callwood picked up her first win against Loyola and another win for the singles match on Saturday. Junior Ava Alexandrova battled until the end for a chance to take home the title as tournament champ, but fell to Gabriella Davidson of VCU. The tennis team will be playing next weekend at the Milwaukee Tennis Classic. And now it is time for my personal favorite part of the show, the top 5 plays.
I can't disagree with you there, Sam. Time to showcase the best of Maryland sports. We head to number 5 first, Rebecca Rath with the ferocious kill, the freshman making sure the Patriots feel her wrath. She had 17 kills in the loss to George Mason.
Number 4, Maryland running back Anthony McFarland inching his way into the end zone for the lead. Too bad for the Terps, it didn't last.
Number 3, we saw it earlier, but we'll see it again. Emily McNesby lets it bounce and rips it past the Princeton keeper. The bench pumped about that one.
On to number 2, if you don't score first, huddle up for the second. The corner stroke comes in again and Bodale Coast settles neatly and lifts it where mom leaves the cookies. Terps win 4-0.
Now to number 1, it could only be this one, Eric Matsalevich. The ball at his foot and he powers it through the back of the net. The keeper didn't have a chance and quite the celebration there for Matsalevich. Who knows what he was doing? And now on to our Terp of the Week. Field hockey goalkeeper Noelle Frost. The senior pitched 2 shutouts in 3 games this week as the Terps went 3-0. Frost was also named Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week.
And now for this week's Pro Terp, Torrey Smith, a player close to home and Maryland's fan hearts, announced his retirement from the NFL on Friday.
I'm blessed to be able to walk away from this game with most of my health, a clear mind, and a grateful heart. Can't wait to begin my next phase of my life, where my heart is and never left. Baltimore.
From 2008 to 2010, Smith became both the University of Maryland and ACC all-time leader in kickoff return yardage with nearly 3,000 total yards.
Former Maryland star big man and current Atlanta Hawk Bruno Fernando was recently back in College Park. The 34th pick in this year's NBA draft was added to the Hall of Legends inside the Xfinity Center, reserved for players named First Team All-Conference. And Mark Turgeon was able to celebrate the moment with him. Fresh faces in and around Maryland athletics has been a recent trend, and it's making its way to the softball field. The team has struggled recently and especially in Big Ten play. And last week it was announced that Mark Montgomery will be replacing Julie Wright, who after 4 years resigned as head coach of the program. Montgomery has been a head coach for 19 years at the collegiate level and is coming over from Louisiana Tech, where he spent 7 seasons and won a conference title a year ago. Let's take a look at the week ahead for the Terrapins. Maryland women's soccer will open up Big Ten play in College Park Friday against Wisconsin.
Field hockey will host number 14 Penn State Friday at 6 p.m. in their Big Ten opener.
And men's soccer will also play Friday night in their Big Ten opener against Northwestern at 7 p.m.
Moving forward to Tuesday, September 24th, field hockey hosting Princeton in a top 5 matchup.
And now the event we've all been waiting for, September 27th, Maryland taking on Penn State at home under the lights. Sam, I'm so excited for that. I think Maryland students are excited for that. We have more seating for that game, and I think alumni should be excited as well.
Absolutely. The game is going to be insane, and I can't wait to see that energy in the stadium.
And that's all we have for this edition of the Left Bench TV. I'm Jack Schemmel.
And I'm Sam Payer. Thanks for watching, and be sure to keep up with all of our coverage by following The Left Bench on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter @TheLeftBench. We will see you next time.